Shalom, beloved. So I think today I'm finally going to be able to get this video out. Yesterday I tried, there was a lot of warfare against it. But today is even more beautiful, and the Spirit is right, and it's with me, and I'm excited about it. So let's open with prayer really quick. Jesus, we just thank you for letting us know your perfect timing for everything that we do. God, we just look to you. We lift up your name. We exalt your name. Father, there are no idols besides or even beneath you. Your name is holy in everything that we do, our hearts, minds, bodies, spirits. Let us glorify you this day, and in your holy name we pray, our King Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to talk about the scripture Joshua 1:9, where God says, because we're going to need this, because it's like it's in tears. I even had to write it down on a piece of paper, everything that God has instructed me about this. So I think that maybe that's why it didn't come through yesterday, because it really got focused in today. Okay. So have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for Adonai Elohim will be with you wherever you go. And wherever you go, that's not just in the physical, that's in the spiritual. Like when you're in a spiritual battle, he's already there with you. He's got his angels around you at all times. He is with you. Even it says that the little ones, angels have the face of God. That means like your children's guardian angels, and the ones that he has given charge over your household and your family, the ones that will bear witness at the end of your life. They're there, and they're right in front of God's face all the time, letting him know everything that's gone on, and he knows all things anyways. Okay. So, in that we can be strong and courageous, knowing that our God is with us, always and at all times. Number one. So we need to have the boldness for our convictions that God puts upon us. When he tells you, I really need you to go talk to that person right now, I want you to witness. We have to be able to remember, okay, you were with me, so I'm not going to rely on myself right now. I'm not going to lean on my own understanding. I'm going to go into you, God. I'm going to ask for the rock to be within me, strong, bold, and mighty right now, so I can just get this done. If you're facing a fear, like for a long time I was afraid to go to the dentist. Every time I went to the dentist, I just really had to lean into God. Please give me the strength to do this. And I know that's an irrational fear. So I had to take it into the spirit to rationalize it there and win that battle in the spirit first, and then in the physical, because that is also a generational curse, and I'll get into generational curses on another one. Okay, so we have a hunger, those of us who are coming to Christ, who God is calling, who maybe have always known Christ, for the supernatural, because our God is not of this world. We are in the world, but we are not of it. We're always dealing in the spirit when we're reading the Ruach, the Tanakh, the Holy Bible, New Old Testament, when we're reading commentaries from brothers and sisters in the faith, old and new, ancient texts, new ones, from rabbis or pastors or preachers, priests, whatever. It's all dealing in the supernatural and making it into practicality. How can we carry this in the practical here while we're here on earth? Okay, so let me tackle, this is one God wanted me to tackle. Please leave questions, comments, and below if you want to go into this deeper. Okay, so I've had it brought to me so many times by people I've worked with since I've become a hardcore Christian. What about the Book of the Dead? What about the ancient Sumerian texts? What about Buddhism? Look, there was a lot of things before Mashiach was sent to the earth. God is outside of time. He has always been. His angels have been with him since time immemorial. God's son, Mashiach, who is him in the practical form, in the physical, came much later because it was the right time on God's calendar, okay? According to the way he was going to set up the different earth ages. And we already had, there's one earth that we're very familiar with when the Noahide law was issued out, and that was with Noah. But now we're in this time. Okay, so prior to his coming, the false ones, as we know that even their leader, Hasatan, is always trying to confound the truth and mix it up and introduce lies. And there's an ancient saying that the rabbis have, that the devil roots all of his lies and truths, so that way they have some standing, they have some ground. That way he knows how to get that mixture going real good, where there's just enough truth that you're like, oh, that has to be right? It's not. All of those old texts, all the myths, everything, they're great. And I have no doubt in my heart, and you'll have to seek the Father on this, that all of these, like unicorns and all that stuff, yeah, that stuff was real at one time. then you add the fallen angels and them wanting to be viewed as gods and setting themselves up with different nations. Go through anthropology and understand. Go into entomology and understand the timing that the fallen ones introduce themselves as gods in different nations, and you can follow it like a serpent all over the earth. It's like a huge dragon where he was swallowing up people that weren't already sheep to God, to Yahweh before he was brought here as Mashiach. Okay, so just understand that and do some research for yourself. Don't just bite onto it and be like, well, physical law, the Smithsonian tells me that this artifact is from this time, and so I must understand that Jesus is not real, or Jesus is only pertinent to the teachings afterwards. You have to go into the spirit on that one. Understand the physical, understand that plane, and then go into the spiritual on that one as well. And put the two together and you'll find the answer you're seeking, especially if you're asking God for understanding. Because we know that he gives wisdom without fault and without holding back. If you want to know these answers, you'll find out the truth, whether you're afraid, scared, whatever. Okay, so there's that tackled. The next thing I wanted to go into was Halloween. I can hear the boos, the hisses. I feel the popcorn balls coming at my face already. I loved Halloween. So many years. It was my favorite. One of my favorite pictures of me and my little brother was on Halloween. Our mom made us our Halloween costumes. I was a nurse. My brother was a doctor. I could go on about the love that I had for Halloween. As I have come closer into the faith, the more I've understood the truth of what Halloween is. Am I bashing anyone because they love Halloween? No. Am I saying that there is not like sweet, cute stuff that can happen on Halloween with your kids? Sure there is. Okay. But what I am saying is that if God is calling you towards understanding his supernatural side of things and understanding his holidays and the joy that can come from them, then please give an ear to hear. If he is not, maybe you should ask him, why are you not calling me? Why are you not calling me away? What is going on with me and you? And just question that within yourself. A word that God gave me earlier this season, as we were barely getting into autumn, like right when I felt it in my bones that the earth is changing, and then we saw the temperatures change and certain other things here in the Midwest. When I saw that take place, he told me that those people would be scorched, that are not, he has spoken to ask them to not do that, but that are going to do that anyways. So if that's you, ask him what that means for you. I'm going to leave it at that. If you want to leave any hateful comments, please refrain. I really don't care. You need to talk to God about it. If you have questions to help me clarify what I've said, I'm excited about that, though. Go ahead and leave that in the comments. Sure. Okay, test the spirits for yourself. Again, I'm just reiterating. You have to figure out for yourself in the spirit, is this good for my family? Is this a legacy I'm wanting to leave for my family? If it is, ask God, like, why am I feeling good about Halloween if it's so bad? And he will impart wisdom unto you. I have no doubt about it. Not a doubt in my heart. Okay. Another something I felt like I really needed to tackle is the whole makeup and clothes thing. Okay, I'm watching different people speaking, and they're talking about makeup being made out of animals, and they're purposely, doing witchcraft and mixing it into the makeup and this and the other. Okay, if you were outrightly going for things that are maybe higher end, and you're looking at ingredients and you're finding things that are questionable, simple solution: use common sense as God has given to us, a sound mind, and don't use it. That's not every company. Does God allow women to wear makeup and make themselves look beautiful? He really does. He did it with Esther. He's done it with so many. There's different types of beauty that God issues at different times for women. There's different seasons for women in this beauty. You really have to seek the Ruach, this Holy Spirit, on that one. Also, the next point he wanted me to make was, yes, makeup, the ritual of makeup is from Azazel, unfortunately. If you've ever read the book of Enoch, you'll know who that is. And if you need to go, if you need to just fall before Yahweh to understand where this all really stems from and what it means and how it can be used for the good, for the kingdom, then seek the Father. But understand that not every single woman that is wearing makeup is wicked and or is just blind and just wants to be wicked and she's just buying into the world. That's not the case, I can tell you right now, especially not with Christian women. And seek the Father to know where's that woman at in her walk with him, and why would she feel okay with wearing makeup. The next part of that is she making it an idol? Is it above God to her in her mind? You know, that's going to be pivotal in understanding that. Am I thinking in the morning that I need to have a beautiful face full of makeup, or am I first thing in the morning singing the Moda Ani to give thanks to God for returning my soul into its body? Am I thanking my God for the first food I eat every morning? Am I thanking God for my children and for keeping us under his pinions? On and on and on and on. And then towards the very bottom of my day, when I've got to go out into the world and present myself correctly so that I can spread my word and speak and pray over people at my job and let them not be blinded by like, wow, her face looks dirty, or she looks really tired today, and then that's all that they remember. Understand that there are different people are in a different walks in how they are bringing the kingdom together for God. And that's just going to lead me to my last video again. Stop judging. Please stop judging. It's just no good for anybody. Okay, so if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I love you guys. Remember to seek the Ruach on everything that you do. My videos, anybody's videos, your personal life. In God's holy name, shalom.